What the hell are you doing, Romaine?
I'm preparing myself with all of my DNRness. That's all. You said this week we were supposed to be dressed in all of our DNR pride. I have my summer camp shirt, my wristband. I had my sunglasses on.
Okay.
All
I don't,
right,
I,
I will be so Derek and Romaine out. Okay, all right, I'm good. I'm good.
anyway, yes, last week we did promise to wear some actual DNR merch. I'm wearing the GBLTQ shirt. Uh,
Yep, one of my favorite shirts I ever designed.
it is a very popular shirt for those of us who love being gay and also love bacon. And Romaine, you're in your summer campness.
I'm actually wearing most of my items came from DNR crates that I've put together over the years. This has been something we do with the new show where I put together these fun little boxes filled with all kinds of fun, exciting, interesting DNR swag kind of items. We haven't done one in a while, but I promise they will be returning very, very soon.
Might be one happening
And
right now.
I mean, yeah, you never know. There might be one for sale in the shop right now. Go check. It may be there. Anyway, so yeah, that is what I'm wearing a lot of stuff from various crates. I save something from every crate to keep in my collection.
Well, we did have a version of this in one of the crates, and then it was so
Yeah.
popular that we did another version of it that's just available generally in the shop
Yes.
because people really wanted it. People who hadn't
That
gotten it.
that Gabrielle t-shirt has been one of the most popular designs we've ever made.
Yeah.
People absolutely love it. And in all fairness, it's an amazing design. Kirk Miller, actually, I told him what I wanted. He made the design for me. And it is one of my favorite designs.
See, we've still got great things going on here at Derek and
Yeah.
Romaine, even after all these years. We're doing some fun
Hmm.
stuff. Well, welcome back to episode 2 of our summer sessions here Tuesdays on our YouTube channel. And last week, we our goal was for the episodes to be like 10 minutes long, and I think last week was like a half hour.
Well, we do talk a lot, so it
Yeah.
makes sense. All right, we'll try to be brief this week.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, thank you for sharing last week's episode in social media when you saw it and liking it and, upvoting us and making your comments and everything else. So we really appreciate you engaging with us here. And of course, the whole point of this is to get people to subscribe to our live daily radio show through dnrstudios.com and our DNR Cast app, which is available in the Apple App Store and in the Android in the Google Play Store. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we cover 3 different topics in our summer sessions here. The question of the day that Maria does every day in our Facebook group, a story that we recently pulled for the show but didn't get to cover. And then lastly, our What's Hot About segment, where we talk about a place we have been in the past that we are returning to in the future. And hopefully we'll have a recommendation for you of something you might love there too, whether you join us on one of our DNR adventures or not. All right, Romaine, what is
Yes.
the question of the day that we have pulled from the Facebook group to have today on our summer sessions?
All right. So the question this week is, what's something from the 70s that you would bring back, Derek?
Honestly, I there's a couple of things. I really like feathered hair. They should totally bring back feathered hair. Why not?
My
Uh,
daughter would love that, by the way.
yeah. I think because men and women did like a feathered hair
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And I think that for some people, the sort of center part feathered hair thing is very flattering,
Hmm.
and they could bring that back. I think that
Okay.
would be fun. And then I also would I would bring back the striped athletic socks, the white socks with
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
stripes at the top.
Uh-huh. Those are
Uh,
great.
because they were wearing those at like Studio 54. The bartender's wearing that. That is a hot look. And I think that especially because like these Short shorts have come back in a big way.
Oh yeah.
Just go full Studio 54. Little dolphin shorts with the piping and some of those athletic socks just below the knee. Hot, hot, hot. Bring it on.
I dig it. All
Everybody
right,
wants that.
so if I was bringing something back from the 70s, I would have to say my youth. No, I'm kidding. My
You
parents, I
were
would
a
love to.
baby.
I know I was only like just a wee bit of a tot, just a little
Honey, if you
barely
want
out
to,
of the womb,
yeah, well,
barely.
if you want to shit in a diaper again, you just wait. It's not
No,
too far
great.
off.
Gross. No, but if there was something I would be bringing back from the 70s, it would be disco music. You know,
Okay.
growing up with gay brothers who love disco, I have a true appreciation for disco music. I grew up going to the gay bars, dancing to disco music. I love, 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 love it. And that's what I would like to see come back. I'd like to have a new era of disco.
Love to love you, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Actually, I think that the look we have there are good things from the 70s we could bring back as opposed to high gas prices and stagflation. That would be terrible. Let's not bring
Oh,
those
yes.
back.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so a recent story that we didn't cover on the show, but we wish we had. So I pulled this story out of China.
Oh,
So they have, they have tourist attractions just like everywhere around the world.
right.
And in a place called the Yungang Buddhist Grottos,
Okay.
it is a tourist destination in China. But they are trying something new there that I suspect will pick up in other places in the future, possibly. And that is bathroom timers that basically, while you are in a stall,
Okay.
timer is counting down, and it like after 2 minutes gives you like a ding warning, and apparently the door unlocks after 2 minutes.
Oh no, and then someone can walk in on you. What if it takes you longer than 2 minutes to poo?
Now you can within those 2 minutes go and like relock the door or whatever, and so far nobody is charging in on the bathrooms after the door automatically unlocks while people are waiting. But they think that it will encourage people to wrap it up faster. But also, if people have they have said, oh, it's for people if they have health emergencies while they're in there, that they won't be just locked in the bathroom stall if they pass out or die, and nobody will know that they are in there if they're having some kind of medical emergency. But I think they want to turn over that toilet and they want people to get out of there as quickly as possible.
Wow. Well, I mean, I support getting them out of there as quickly as possible, but I think it would take me longer than 2 minutes. Like, well, actually, not me. I'm pretty fast in the
Yeah,
bathroom, but
you're fast.
my wife, it takes her for fucking ever. I don't even know what she's doing in a public bathroom. Like, I mean, I know she'll poop anywhere, which I cannot do, but she will sometimes be in a public bathroom for 10 minutes. I do not know what she's doing in there. I don't know if she's reading a novel or what, or maybe she's writing one, but she takes forever in a public bathroom.
Is she like
You
Roz,
would
like
be screwed.
writing on the toilet paper, like writing out her notes?
I honestly have no idea. I honestly have no idea what she does in there. It doesn't make any sense to me how long she takes. It's crazy.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm pretty fast in a public bathroom, and so I would not have this. But I would assume that who this is really targeted at is women, because there are never enough stalls, and
True. It does
they,
take, you got to get them in and out faster.
yeah, and so I think like that.
But
That's
it takes a minute for a woman because you got to go in there, you got to practically undress, you got to sit down, then you got to go, and then you got to re-get dressed. It takes a second.
yeah. Although we have learned that there are some of our male listeners who get completely naked when they go to the bathroom. So
Which I do not
I
understand.
don't
I do
understand
not
either.
understand that. I do not
That would make it
understand.
very hard to go to the bathroom in public if you have to get completely naked.
I mean, yeah.
Because sometimes, like when we do flights, we'll
You
go
can't
off
get naked during a flight in the bathroom.
no, not in the bathroom on the plane, but
Oh, whew.
sometimes when we travel, we will go from one temperature zone to another temperature zone.
Oh yeah.
And like in the winter time, we'll be in New York and then we will go down to Miami and it will be hot and humid. And I will have like bundled layers or whatever to get to the airport. And then I get to Miami. It's like I can't walk around in a sweatshirt and
No, you have to start
it's too
peeling off
gross.
layers.
So I will change like in a stall at the airport before
Sure.
I go off to whatever the hotel is. And I gotta be honest, it is a real thing to try to stand in my socks on my shoes so that my feet are not touching the floor, because that's gross.
Right. That's
And
nasty.
then like getting in and out of my clothes without dropping everything I own into the open toilet. And it is
Yeah.
not fun. And it's hard to do that in under 2 minutes. So I don't know how I would do in some kind of time challenge, just changing out of my clothes.
I don't think you would do well.
No, I think it would be very
No,
bad.
no, I think you do bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd start
Yeah.
panicking and my wallet would be in the toilet.
Okay. Well, that would be problematic. All right, Derek. Well, I have a story for you. This is kind of a starts off sad, but it gets better story. So there is a drag queen from Idaho, Post Falls,
No.
Post Falls, Idaho. His name is Eric Posey, and he goes by the drag name Mona Lisa Million.
Okay.
Okay, Mona Lisa Million, maybe Liza. Anyway,
Does it have a Z in it?
it does. So it has to be Liza. Liza with a
Yeah.
Z. Okay.
Liza with the Z goes
The
Z.
Mona Lisa Million is her name.
Okay.
Now, in September of 2022, there was a blogger named Summer Bushnell. And she likes to post a lot of these like crazy far right tirades online and so on and so forth. And she claimed that Mona Lisa Million exposed himself to a crowd, including children, during a Pride event in June of 2022. So about a year ago, she says he was performing and he pulled out his genitals. And then she posted a doctored video in which Eric Posey's crotch area had been blurred out. She claimed the blurred area covered his fully exposed genitals.
Okay. Let me, obviously, this woman does not know anything about drag and drag queens, and in particular, tucking, because while ladies may freeball it, like wear a skirt and not wear any underwear, or sometimes, traditionally a kilt is worn without any undergarments.
Right.
For those of you who love a good up kilt cam. But drag is, like good drag is more clothing than people wear in the dead of winter in Alaska. It is 9 different layers of clothing,
pantyhose and girls and all the stuff, shapewear. Yes.
Yeah. If you have to pee or poo in drag,
good
you're
luck.
gonna soil yourself. Like it is not, you can't get out in under the 2 minutes that the Chinese bathroom timer gives you. Like it's just not possible. And now sometimes drag queens, if they're wearing like a full skirt or something, they're not going to tuck because they don't necessarily need to. But in general, most drag queens are wearing 4 different pairs of panties at once. And so the idea that your genitals would be exposed is insane.
Yes. Well, police investigated because Eric Posey, aka Mona Lisa Million, said that's not true. That never happened. And this video has been doctored. So they investigated and they found that at no point did Mona Lisa Million expose his genitals, and the blurring was unnecessary. However, anyone who viewed her video, this Summer Bushnell's video, would not have known and would have likely believed her. So Mona Lisa Million launched legal action claiming defamation.
Yeah.
And the jury in the court unanimously found that Summer Bushnell was guilty of defamation, and she was ordered to pay $926,000 in compensatory damages. But they also said that she should pay a further $250,000 in additional punitive damages because her Mona Lisa Million's lawyer was able to prove that she knew her allegations were false and she made them with reckless disregard for the truth. So drag queen Mona Lisa Million basically was awarded $1 million after this right-wing blogger, Summer Bushnell, defamed her.
Okay.
So that's a win.
Yeah, I have a couple things to say about this. One, Summer Bushnell is not the worst drag name I ever heard.
Right.
And I mean, you would be hard pressed in a story about a drag queen filing a lawsuit and seeing the name Summer Bushnell and thinking, is that the drag queen? Who
Right.
the story is this? Anyway, but then the second thing is that even if you are not a drag queen, but your name is Summer Bushnell, do you really have $1 million? So I would imagine this might be a victory in name only.
Of course it is, but a victory in name only is a victory nonetheless, because
I agree.
Let it send a message to the rest of these right-wing bloggers and nut jobs. Can't lie about us.
Well, and this is the biggest problem that I think that the LGBTQ community faces. And in particular, I mean, because a lot of the ire is being directed at the trans community because people generally like gays and lesbians. So it is much easier to go after trans people and then use that as an entry point to go after the community at large.
Yeah.
But this is true also of drag queens, that drag queens and trans people generally get lumped into the same terror thing of somehow they're coming for you in the 2 minutes that you're in your bathroom stall before it unlocks, that the drag queens or the transgender people are coming for you there. Nobody wants you. I've seen you. No one is interested in you. Certainly not a gay person or a trans person. Honey, look in a mirror. No one wants to have sex with you. I'm sorry, it's sad, but it just feels true. Anyway, but they like to have these kinds of scare tactic things because if people don't know drag queens, they don't know anyone who's transgender, then it's a vacuum that can be filled by this kind of fear and nonsense. And I think good, we should push back on it because it's just bullshit and we shouldn't stand for things that are blatantly false about us and just let it go. Because, you can be the bigger person about these things, but the reality is if you don't push back hard, then it makes them think that they can just do whatever the fuck they want.
Yep.
So I'm all for it. And good. I hope Liza gets whatever she is supposed to get. Good.
Agreed. All right, Derek, now it's our time to talk about what's hot. What place are we going to be talking about this week?
What's hot about Bermuda? So this fall, we are going back to Bermuda. We have a cruise that's going to Bermuda. And
love Bermuda.
Bermuda is such a terrific destination. Cruising is a great way to go to Bermuda, but you can also fly to Bermuda. But Bermuda is an expensive place to stay in. So it actually is a little more cost effective to do a cruise and spend a few days in Bermuda and then, skedaddle on out. But Bermuda is terrific. So Romaine, what's hot about Bermuda?
I gotta be honest, it is hard. I have a few things that I absolutely love to do when I'm in Bermuda. I'm gonna start with my absolute favorite thing. I love to jet ski in Bermuda. It is super fun. There's lots of sea turtles, so you get to see some of them. They take you out to the tip of the Bermuda Triangle, which is scary. Last time we went, one of our jet skis died in the Bermuda Triangle. Ooh, creepy. Anyway, it's super fun. I love jet skiing there. So that is a big one.
Okay.
And then, oh God, it's so hard to. All right, so I'm going to tell you another little thing that's kind of a little bit off the beaten path because it's cool. So they have a miniature golf setup not far from where they dock the boats. It's like a 5-10 minute walk. You kind of follow the path and you get there. And here's my favorite thing about this mini golf course. One, it is beautiful. Like it is you've never gone putt golfing in a more beautiful location. It literally is like right on the edge of the ocean, and you get all these beautiful ocean views. It is fucking incredible. The course is made up of each one of the holes is designed after a major golf course hole. So like somewhere like in Scotland, there might be a famous golf course and there's the 18th hole and it'll be designed after that. So it's all these like world renowned golf courses like miniaturized for putt golf. After every, I think 6 holes, the way the golf course is set up is you end up back at the bar. So you start at the bar, you get yourself a little drinkity drink, cool down. Then you go, you putt some six holes, and then you go back to the bar, you do a little drinkity drink some more, and then you go back. And it is just a really fun way to spend a couple of hours in Bermuda. That most people wouldn't think to do, but it's super duper fun, and I highly recommend it. And then if I had to pick one other thing.
Wait, before you move on, can I just say
Yes.
the whole
Yeah.
time we were talking about putting 6 holes, I was thinking some of our listeners do that at sex clubs.
Tell me about it. Okay, my final.
I couldn't stop thinking of a dirty place for you and all of your
Of course
holes.
you couldn't. Of course you could. Okay, my final thing is again off the beaten path. Something that 2 of our listeners, Jason and Dan, introduced me to is this place called It's over in Hamilton. You take the little ferry over to Hamilton, and it's called the Hamilton Princess. It's a local hotel over there that is super fancy. But what makes it so amazing is that all throughout the halls and the public areas in this hotel is this beautiful collection of pop art. Original Herrings, Warhols, Banksy, Jeffrey Koons, like you name it, it is adorning the walls, and they're just there, and you can wander around the hotel, and you can go look at all the incredible artwork. And it's beautiful. It's a very cool place to go and see.
Okay. Well, my favorite thing in Bermuda, and I have to confess, I don't have a lot of wanderlust on these cruises. I rarely get off the ship, and I rarely go to a place I'm not. Romaine and I are great complementary travelers in this way because Romaine loves the excursions. She loves to go out and explore the various ports and everything. And it's just really not my bag. But Bermuda is beautiful, and I do like getting off the ship in Bermuda and walking around. But where the cruise ship docks, there is a fort that is right next to the ship, and they have a museum in there, and you can walk around inside. And I love that fort. The museum was really interesting. The fort itself was interesting to explore. And they don't mow the lawn. They have sheep that eat the grass.
That's amazing.
And while you're there, like a flock of sheep is wandering around and grazing. And sometimes they start to scurry away because, they always move in a pack.
Right.
Sometimes if there are too many tourists in an area, they start to flock away at another part. And honestly, it's delightful. I love it.
That's cool.
So that's my jam. So if you go to Bermuda, you should go to the fort. And I think it costs money to go in the museum part, but then you can just walk around the grounds of the fort for free, and you can go and see the sheep. I mean, don't pet them or anything. I mean, I don't know, but you should go and see them. So, all right, there you go.
That's awesome. Good recommendations.
Thank you. All right, that's our What's Hot in Bermuda. We've done a better job here on our time. So I'll go to the viewer feedback and questions because we did get a piece of feedback.
Okay.
The whole point of us doing these summer sessions videos here on YouTube every week is to encourage people to subscribe to our live daily show that we're doing on dnrstudios.com and through our DNR Cast app. And one of the comments that we got that something that somebody misses from the old show is me saying burlesque after the burlesque movie came out with Cher.
Ask.
So to wrap things up this week, by popular demand, and you too can make your comments below or send us a contact form through dnrstudios.com. To wrap things up this week, Romaine and I will entice you with a bit of burlesque. All right, here we go. Burlesque.
Ask.
Burlesque.
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 All right. See you next Tuesday, everybody.
Bye.